Chosen one, you're not just spiritual. You're a problem in the spirit realm. You don't just burn sage and say affirmations. You carry a frequency that makes darkness nervous. Your energy doesn't fit in. It dominates. Rooms shift when you walk in. Attacks backfire. Hidden enemies get exposed. And yes, people feel intimidated by your aura because it's strong. It's ancient. It's not playing games. Your spirit has rank, and everything in the unseen knows it. Let's talk about the signs your spiritual gifts make you dangerous in the spirit realm. From a dark, divine, masculine lens, sharp, sovereign, and unapologetically powerful. 1. Your prayers change things fast. Chosen. 1. You don't talk to God like you're unsure if He hears you. You move like someone who knows heaven listens when you open your mouth. You don't pray cute, shallow, please like me prayers. You don't beg. You declare. When you pray, it's not emotional venting. It's spiritual legislation. You're not throwing words into the sky, hoping something sticks. You're issuing commands into the field of creation. You've seen it. You say a thing, and reality starts bending around it. You speak protection. Sudden accidents get avoided. You speak clarity. Snakes reveal themselves. You speak release. Doors that were stuck for years suddenly swing open. Doors open. Blockages move. Plots collapse. The job randomly calls back. That one person suddenly walks out of your life. The attack they sent behind your back boomerangs back to theirs. That's not coincidence. That's your spiritual rank. Your words don't just float in the air. They hit. They carry weight. They land in the quantum field and start rearranging matter around your intention. You don't just hope things change. You shift them. In the spirit realm, you're not background noise. You're a broadcast. Heaven hears you. Hell fears you. When you go quiet and start praying, the atmosphere changes. You felt it. The air gets still. Time feels different. Your body vibrates higher. That's your spirit stepping into command mode. You're not talking like a victim. You're speaking like someone seated in authority. And yes, this is why your aura intimidates people. They can't explain it logically, but they can feel that your energy carries a different kind of force. They joke about spirituality, but go silent when you start speaking. They roll their eyes at your faith, but they feel the room shift when you pray. On some level, they know when this one speaks, something moves. You're not just hopeful. You are dangerous to anything that thrives off chaos, deception, or manipulation. Your prayers expose fake intentions. Your prayers weaken demonic influence. Your prayers destabilize anything that's not aligned with truth. That's why certain people felt irritated around you when you got serious about God. That's why spiritual attacks increased when you started praying with authority instead of fear. You stopped praying as prey and started praying as a predator in the spirit. Your prayer life is not soft. It's strategic warfare. You don't clap back, you pray back. You don't send threats, you send petitions to heaven, and heaven responds. So understand this. You are not just praying. You are activating codes, shifting timelines, canceling assignments, and unlocking pathways. That's why your aura feels so intense. That's why some people are drawn to you and others can't stand you. Your spirit speaks with a frequency that either comforts the healed or exposes the corrupt. You're not a nice little believer. You're a spiritual weapon every time you open your mouth. Affirm, my words carry authority. My prayers are warfare. My spirit is dangerous to darkness. 2. You sense darkness before it shows itself. You don't need evidence to know something's off. Your spirit feels it before your mind can explain it. You walk into a room, and your body already knows the truth. Your chest tightens. Your mood shifts. Your energy gets alert. Everyone else is smiling and pretending. But something in you goes, nah, something's wrong here. You can talk to someone for 5 minutes and feel the gap between their words and their spirit. They say all the right things, but their energy doesn't match. Their tone is soft, but their intention is sharp. Their kindness feels coated with calculation. That's because your discernment isn't casual. It's weaponized intuition. It's not overthinking. It's not anxiety. It's your spirit operating like a radar, scanning, reading, decoding. You're the type who senses betrayal before it happens. You feel when someone is slowly switching up on you, even before they do it outwardly. You sense when loyalty is turning into envy. You feel tension in the air before an argument explodes. You pick up on energy shifts in people who say, no, everything's fine. But their spirit says, I'm hiding something. You detect manipulation underneath kindness. You can hear poison in a sweet tone. You recognize control inside concern. You feel when someone is trying to use flattery as a leash. And yes, this makes people uneasy, because you see through masks they've worn their whole life. You're not impressed with their role. You're not fooled by their performance. You read energy, not just behavior. Your silence scares them. They don't like how quiet you are, how you just watch, how you don't overshare, how you don't rush to trust. They can't lie comfortably around you. Their words feel heavier in your presence. They say, I feel weird around you, or you're so intense. But what they really mean is, my shadow feels exposed when you're near. What they don't realize is that your spirit is scanning frequencies like a divine security system. You're always reading patterns. You're decoding motives. You're listening to what isn't being said out loud. You're not paranoid. You're prophetic. You pick up warnings long before the hit lands. You feel the spiritual weather before the storm comes. In the spirit realm, that makes you lethal. Because nothing blindsides a warrior who already felt it coming. You move differently when you have advance notice. People wonder why you pull back from certain circles, why you stop texting back, why you suddenly detach without drama. They think you're being distant, rude, or cold. No, you just believed your spirit the first time it whispered, this is not safe. This is not pure. This is not for you. Your aura is strong because it's not just light. It's intelligence. It's spiritual strategy. And that intimidates people who rely on confusion to stay in control. You're not just a feeler. You're a watchman, a guardian, a warrior who doesn't need proof to move, only confirmation from within. And that's why in the spirit realm, you're not just protected. You're feared. 3. Your presence agitates hidden demons. Chosen one. You've noticed it. You just walk into a room and the whole atmosphere shifts. You haven't said a word. You haven't done anything. But suddenly, some people tense up. They get irritated. They avoid your eyes. They start talking more, laughing louder, acting weird, like your existence is a problem. Understand this. It's not your attitude. It's not your tone. It's not that you're too much. It's your presence. Your aura carries too much light for the shadows hiding inside them. Your spirit is too clean for the things they've been trying to bury. You are not just a person. You are a spiritual alarm system. You've seen it happen. You walk in. An energy that was pretending to be calm suddenly feels chaotic. People who are comfortable suddenly look nervous. Someone who was loud goes quiet. Someone who was smiling suddenly looks tense. Why? Because your spirit puts pressure on what they're trying to hide. Your frequency brings things to the surface: jealousy, guilt, insecurity, masked intentions, secret competition, fake love. Your presence activates spiritual discomfort in people who are not aligned with truth. They don't know how to name it, So they say things like, I don't know, something about you. You give me a weird vibe. No, you don't give them a weird vibe. You give them clarity they're not ready for. Your energy is like a spiritual metal detector. It beeps when it passes over hidden weapons, buried lies, quiet hatred. You might notice they get defensive around you without reason. They misinterpret your calm as arrogance. They project their insecurities onto you. They try to pick at you, test you, or provoke you. That's not random. That's their shadow, trying to fight for survival. Because when your spirit walks into the room, anything fake starts to suffocate. Masks feel tighter. Lies feel heavier. Ego feels threatened. You're not attacking them. Your frequency is. What's in them is reacting to what's in you. Light doesn't argue with darkness, it exposes it. Some people will hate you and still don't know why. They'll talk about you, lie on your name, try to turn others against you, not because you harmed them, but because your existence disrupts their comfort in their own shadows. You are a mirror they didn't ask for. Your authenticity highlights their performance. Your inner peace exposes their inner chaos. Your discipline stands next to their lack of self-control. And that level of exposure feels like an attack to someone who's not ready to change. This is why you don't have to argue. You don't have to explain yourself. You don't have to prove your intentions. You just have to show up. And dark energy gets restless. The more you stand in your power, the more obvious everyone else's spiritual condition becomes. You're not just there. You are felt. Your presence says, I see. I know. I won't play small. And every hidden demon, every unhealed wound, every manipulative spirit feels that as a threat. That's what makes you dangerous in the spirit realm. You are not the one swinging first. You are the one whose aura makes evil swing at air. You don't move like prey. You move like someone who knows their rank. So when they roll their eyes, avoid your gaze, get offended by your silence, or accuse you of things you didn't do. Understand, it's not about you being wrong. It's about you being too right spiritually for the demons they're still hosting. You are not here to make darkness comfortable. You are here to make it visible. And if your presence alone rattles what's hidden, that's not a flaw, that's confirmation. Your aura is not just strong, it's weaponized light. Comment, my presence is power. My aura exposes what hides in the dark, and I am unapologetic about it. 4. You get attacked right before breakthroughs. Chosen 1. Pay attention to what happens right before your life is about to shift. You don't just have a bad week. You feel a wave hit your spirit. Random arguments, miscommunication, people turning weird out of nowhere, old habits knocking at your door, sudden anxiety sitting heavy on your chest for no logical reason, sleep paralysis, dark dreams, strange heaviness in the atmosphere, unexpected delays, money glitches, emotional crashes. That's not random. That's not bad luck. That's warfare. Because right before your next level, hell throws a tantrum. Why? Because your breakthrough is not small. It doesn't just elevate you, it upgrades everything connected to you. Your next level is not just another chapter. It's a shift in your spiritual rank. And that threatens anything that profits from you being stuck, drained, or distracted. The pattern of attack before elevation. Think about it. Every time something big was about to break loose in your life, didn't chaos start swirling first? The sudden arguments with people you love, the random misunderstandings, the urge to go back to your old self, the tiredness, the what's the point thoughts out of nowhere. That's not weakness, that's pressure. Pressure is proof. The gate is near. In the spirit realm, resistance increases when you're getting too close to something that will shift destinies. Your next move doesn't just change your story. It breaks chains, exposes demons, frees bloodlines, activates others watching you. Of course, you're going to be hit harder than average. You're not average. Your existence is a threat. Your next level doesn't just bless you. It dismantles structures built on lies, trauma, and manipulation. When you step into your full power, people wake up, cycles break, generational curses lose their grip. Patterns that have run in families for decades stop with you. That makes you a direct threat to anything that wants to keep people bound. Addiction, shame, spiritual blindness, low self-worth, fear-based systems. So yes, your life has had more warfare than most. Not because God hates you, not because you're cursed, but because you're called, and not in a cute way, in a dangerous way. You are built like a weapon. That's why the hits you've survived would have destroyed others. You're not fragile, you're forged. Every time you rise again after an attack, something in the spirit realm shifts. You don't come back the same. You come back heavier in authority. Your discernment gets sharper. Your faith gets more grounded. Your aura gets stronger. In the natural, it looks like, I went through hell and it changed me. In the unseen, it looks like, his rank just increased. Don't play with him like before. You're not fragile, you're forged. Like steel in fire, you've been heated, hammered, and hardened. Not emotionally closed, but spiritually solid. And here's the part that intimidates people. You no longer react like your old self. Attacks that used to break you now just annoy you. Temptations that used to derail you now bore you. People who once had emotional power over you can't even move your spirit anymore. That calm, cold clarity you carry now, that's divine masculine energy fully awakened. You know who you are. You know what you're carrying. You know every attack is just a signpost. You're getting close. Don't stop now. So when the warfare spikes, don't crumble, recognize. Don't say, why is this happening to me? Say, something big is near. I must be over the target. You're not being attacked because you're weak. You're being attacked because in the spirit realm, your very existence is a weapon, and your next level is a battlefield shift. Comment. I'm not fragile. I'm forged. Every attack is proof of my rank in the spirit realm. 5. You can shift energy just by showing up. You've seen it. You walk into a room, and something shifts. The tension that was there a second ago, it starts to thin out. The loud arguing, it suddenly feels pointless. The chaos, it quiets itself in your presence. And you're not even saying anything. You're just there. That's not normal social influence. That's spiritual authority. Your aura is not neutral. It's regulating. Your spirit doesn't just enter a room. It establishes order. You don't blend into environments. You recalibrate them. You are a walking frequency upgrade. Your energy doesn't sit at the level of gossip, jealousy, or ego-driven drama. It sits at a level where those things can't breathe comfortably. So when you show up, lower vibrations are forced into a decision, either rise or retreat. That's why some people go quiet when you walk in. Some suddenly switch topics. Some start acting off, fidgety, defensive, or distant. It's not that you're awkward, it's that your spirit exposes what's unstable in them. They feel watched, not by your eyes, but by your energy. Because your presence carries judgment without you speaking a word. Not judgment as in condemnation, judgment as in clarity. Your aura separates real from fake instantly. Your energy holds masculine authority, anchored, grounded, uncompromising. You don't need to raise your voice. You don't need to prove a point. Your vibration has already spoken. You are what inner balance feels like. Calm but not passive, still but not weak, silent but deeply in control. And anything unstable, chaotic, or manipulative feels exposed in front of that. That's why some people get triggered around you. They'll say things like, "I don't know, there's just something about you. You're too intense. You make me feel weird." What they really mean is, "My demons don't know where to hide around you." Your aura doesn't tolerate low vibration. It doesn't entertain drama. It doesn't feed into victim stories or fake personas. So the people who rely on those energies either try to challenge you, test your boundaries, poke at you, see if they can shake you, or quietly bow, become strangely respectful, cautious, or overly polite. Both reactions are proof of the same thing. They feel your rank. They may not understand spiritual language, but their nervous system does. Their subconscious does. Their demons definitely do. You are not just chill. You are regulated. You are not just calm. You are commanding. Your presence is a line in the sand. It tells the room, "We're not going lower than this frequency." And whether they like you or not, they feel that. So when you walk in, you don't just enter the environment, you become the environment. The atmosphere bends to you. That's divine masculine energy in its pure form. No theatrics, no begging, no chasing respect. Just energy that says, "I am here. Get aligned or get out." Comment, "My aura regulates rooms. My presence brings order. I am divine masculine energy in motion." 6. People run to you in crisis. They laughed at your spiritual journey. They rolled their eyes at your discipline, your rituals, your standards, called you too deep, too intense, too spiritual, doing the most. They joked about your boundaries, dismissed your intuition, acted like your connection to God, to energy, to the unseen, was just a phase. But the moment life hit them in a way they couldn't control, when the relationship failed, when the mask fell off, when the money dried up, when the lies they lived in finally collapsed, who did they call? You. Not the ones they partied with, not the ones they gossiped with, not the ones they chose over you. They came running to the very soul they once mocked. Because their ego might not respect your path, but their spirit knows the truth. You're connected. You have rank in the unseen. You're not playing with spirituality, you embody it. They come to you when they're broken, lost, scared, or desperate. When they can't sleep, when their mind won't shut up, when their heart is in pieces and nothing numbs the pain. They feel safe in your presence. Your energy feels like shelter, like standing under a roof in the middle of a storm. They might not fully understand why, but their soul does. Because your aura doesn't just give good vibes, it carries stability, grounding, authority. You're the lighthouse in their storm, not screaming, not panicking, just standing firm, unshaken, shining. You're the quiet voice of clarity when their whole life is noise. When they can't hear themselves think, your energy cuts through the chaos. You don't sugarcoat, you don't enable. You speak from spirit, not from fear. And whether they like what you say or not, they know it's the truth. That's not an accident. That's spiritual authority. You earned that through every battle you survived, every dark night you faced alone, every time you chose alignment over approval. And here's the part they'll never admit. Even your enemies come to you for guidance, indirectly. They lurk on your page, they watch your stories, they repeat your words like they thought of them. They study your mindset, your peace, your moves. They copy your language, your healing, your style, because somewhere deep down, they know your walk with the divine is real. Your aura intimidates them, but your wisdom feeds them. They might never give you credit. They might never apologize for how they treated you. But in secret, they run to your energy like it's a last lifeline. Because when hell breaks loose in their life, the jokes stop, the ego fades, and suddenly, that too spiritual one, that too intense one, is the only one who feels solid, grounded, real. That's you. You are not just that spiritual person. You are the anchor. You are the stabilizer. You are the one heaven trusts in chaotic moments. And that's why people come to you in crisis, not by chance, but by design. Affirm in the comments, my energy is shelter. My spirit is solid. I am the calm in the storm. 7. The more you grow spiritually, the more you're watched. Chosen one, you think you're moving quietly. You think you're going unnoticed because you're low-key, private, and silent. But in the unseen, you are loud. You are not hidden in the spirit realm. Both heaven and hell know your name. You are registered in realms most people don't even believe exist. That's why your life has never been normal. Your battles haven't been casual. Your warfare hasn't been random. Because you're not a background character in this timeline. You're a key player in a war most people are too distracted to even see. You've felt it. Your dreams are not soft visuals, they're battlegrounds. Your visions are not imagination, they're intel. You can feel eyes on you, not just in the physical, but in the spiritual. Sometimes you feel watched when you're alone. Sometimes you feel a presence when you're about to level up. Sometimes people start acting strange around you for no logical reason. They pull back, stare, poke, test, or mimic. That's not paranoia, that's spiritual surveillance. You're growing, and every level you hit sends a ripple through the field. Every time you heal, every time you break a cycle, every time you choose discipline over distraction, the frequency around you changes. You don't just evolve in private. Your evolution shakes systems. Your obedience, your growth, your healing. None of it is just about you. When you elevate, strongholds break, not only over your life, but over your bloodline. Patterns that lived in your family for generations start to die in you. When you align, others awaken. People around you start questioning their reality. They feel called higher without knowing why. That's because your spirit doesn't just rise, it pulls. You are a catalyst, a walking trigger for transformation. Your yes to spirit is a threat to everything built on fear, control, and illusion. That's why you're watched. Heaven watches to back you. Hell watches to block you. So yes, you are watched. You are protected. You walk with angels, and there are times you should have been gone. But you're still here. Things that were supposed to break you only forged you. You are targeted. The enemy doesn't waste ammunition on the harmless. Random attacks, random slander, random storms. That's not because you're weak. It's because you're effective in the spirit. You are respected. There are people who would never admit it, but they move carefully around you. Your presence demands a different kind of posture. You are monitored. Some watch to learn from you. Some watch hoping you'll fall. Some watch because your rise triggers everything in them they refuse to face. And in the unseen, dark forces watch to see if you'll step out of alignment, because they know when you're locked in, you're untouchable. That's what happens when you carry a real mantle, not aesthetic spirituality, not trends, not aesthetic witchy vibes or performative faith, but actual, heavy, spiritual rank. And your aura shows it. Your energy feels commanding now. You don't even speak the same way. There's weight in your words. You don't move like everyone else. Every step you take feels deliberate, purposeful. People can't always explain it, but they feel it. Your presence is different, intense, otherworldly. Some are magnetized by it. Some are intimidated by it. Some are secretly obsessed with it. Because your aura carries the vibration of someone who has survived things others would crumble under and turned it into power. That's not a curse. That's spiritual rank. You're not just being looked at. You are being recognized by angels, by demons, by broken systems, by awakened souls. You are marked, not for destruction, but for impact. So when you feel watched, don't shrink, don't dim, don't doubt, stand taller. Because only kings get watched this closely in the spirit realm. Comment. Both heaven and hell know my name. My aura holds rank in the spirit realm. 8. Your spiritual gifts don't make you soft. They make you a weapon of light. Chosen one, you were never too sensitive. You were too accurate, too tuned in, too awake for the world of numb people who call disconnection strength. They told you, you feel too much. You read too much into things. But what they were really saying was, I'm uncomfortable that you see what I'm trying to hide. You're not emotionally weak. You're spiritually weaponized. You don't just feel energy. You work with it. You can walk into a room and sense the tension, the envy, the hidden agenda, and with a single decision to stay centered, you shift the entire atmosphere. You don't just notice darkness, you confront it. You call it out without even saying a word. Your silence, your stare, your presence. It exposes what other people pretend not to see. You don't just pray, you legislate in the spirit realm. Your prayers are not emotional outbursts. They are court orders. You speak and energy moves. You declare and timelines bend. You're not asking the universe for permission. You're enforcing what heaven has already written about you. You are not fragile. You are dangerous to anything built on fear, lies, control, and bondage. You are a walking disruption to manipulation. You are a direct threat to anyone feeding off chaos. You are spiritual warfare in human form. Calm on the outside, heavily armed in the unseen. Your aura is strong. And yes, people feel intimidated by it. They don't know why they get quiet when you enter, why they suddenly feel exposed, why their fake confidence starts to crumble under your gaze. It's because your frequency doesn't tolerate distortion. Your energy vibrates too high for deception to sit comfortably. You're not here to blend in. You're here to break patterns, shatter generational curses, and drag what's hiding in the dark straight into the light. You are the one in your bloodline who said, "This cycle ends with me." And the spirit realm took that seriously. Your spiritual gifts don't make you weak. They make you a walking weapon of light. You are silent when needed. You don't react to everything. You observe, you calculate, you wait for divine timing. Deadly when activated. When you step in, energy shifts, attacks crumble, confusion clears, chains break. You don't fight with noise, you fight with presence. You don't need to shout to be heard in the spirit. Your vibration already speaks louder than your voice. You are not just protected, you are untouchable on a level most people can't comprehend. That's why certain attacks never land. That's why people can plot, gossip, curse, and still watch you rise. Because there is a shield around you they can't see, and a sword within you they can't disarm. You are a weapon forged in silence, sharpened by pain, wielded by God. So no, you're not too sensitive. You're too powerful for the world to categorize, too spiritually armed to ever be ordinary again. Stay limitless, chosen one. Your reign has just begun. See you next time. Amen.